Good evening, everyone. I am Dina Lewis, and I will be one of the presenters tonight at our virtual open house. I will also be presenting with the other Vice Principal, Dan Adrian. I just want to first start out with welcoming all of our grade 7 families from all of our family of schools, as well as any current grade 8 and 11 students and families that are currently Burnaby Mountain students, and also anyone else who is interested in learning about our school and what we have to offer. So tonight at our Burnaby Mountains open house, it is a recording, and you will be able to access all of this information on our website and be able to go through it at your leisure after the presentation is over, or with other members of your family in looking at further questions that you might have. I would like to wish to acknowledge and thank the Coast Salish Nation of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh, on whose traditional territories we teach, learn, and live. I would like to draw your attention to this image that's on our screen and let you know that it is a group of our choir students at Burnaby Mountain who, for Remembrance Day, our virtual ceremony, worked with 2 elders in Burnaby, and they worked together with the choir teacher to sing the Coast Salish anthem. And it was a really nice celebration and honor and experience for all of our students. Now, I would like to share with you a video which a few students from one of our industry training programs who attend our school as a regular student, but also attend Burnaby North for parts of their semester to learn ways to work with media. And they put together this video last year that is really spectacular, and I thought that it would be nice for you to watch it again tonight.
Welcome to Burnaby Mountain's virtual open house. At Mountain, our purpose is to develop lifelong learners who demonstrate respect for themselves, for others, and for the environment. We have a team of supportive staff who are committed to providing a safe, supportive learning environment where individual potential is nourished and learners are challenged to reach for excellence. Students at Burnaby Mountain are educated to participate actively as contributing citizens in a changing world. So welcome to the home of the Lions.
You booked a sunny Verbo ski chalet with endless views of snow-covered peaks.
So for tonight's presentation, these are just a few things that we're going to be focusing on. First, we've done the welcoming and opening remarks, then our team and our school, what we offer, which Mr. Adrian will do, course selection and grade programs, and we'll finish off with Stay Connected. Our team and our school. So our school is made up of 3 administrators. We have our principal, Miss Leanne Chrismanson, Our vice principal, who manages all last names A to K, Mr. Dan Adrian, and myself, Dina Lewis, vice principal for all students with the last names L to Z. We also have a counseling team. We have 4 counselors. Currently, this year, we have Miss Erin, who manages students with the last names A to G-O, Miss Dumel Conaver, with the last names GR to LO, Mr. Gatsky, he currently works part-time 3 days a week with the last names LU to PA, and then Miss Haywood with the final letters of the alphabet PE to Z. Other important adults in our building who support students are Phil Dutton. He's new to our school this year. He has come from Burn Creek. He has a number of years of being a safe school specialist at other schools in Burnaby, and he is currently the safe school specialist here now and will continue on next year. Adelie Molina, she's currently one of our international student assistants. She works with all of our international students, and her time will be ending this March because Miss Gabriela Pereira, who will be coming back from mat leave, will be presuming her role as the international student assistant. We also have Lindsay Midland. Lindsay Midland and Janessa Redwood Henry, they work together in supporting our Indigenous students. Lindsay Midland is a teacher in our school. She is the success teacher, so she helps to work with students and teachers in making sure that they're on track to graduate, as well as if there's any extra support that's required in helping them achieve success. And then Janessa Redwood Henry is an Indigenous youth engagement worker, and her role is to, again, build relationships with our Indigenous students, as well as help create opportunities for them. We have a club, they do activities at lunchtime, sometimes after school, and work with the other district Indigenous youth engagement workers to help our students and families. And finally, we have Kaylin Gatehouse. Kaylin is Kay is a settlement support worker. She works mostly with our students with refugee status and supports their transition to Canada, to Burnaby schools, and helps them become more settled and adjusted to school life in Burnaby, at Burnaby Mountain Secondary. Kay also works with a number of our elementary schools as well. And so she so often is supporting students that are transitioning from elementary to secondary and families. Our school demographics, our current student population this year is 1,473. We also have an early projection of 1,444 for next year. And our international student population has definitely gone up with COVID restrictions leaning up, and we have 207 students. Our building has a capacity of 1,500, so we're definitely reaching those limits. But again, we have lots of room to welcome new students every year to our school. And just to let everyone know that our school did open in the year of 2000. Our staff members make up 121 people. We have teachers we have 76 teachers. And our school motto, something that we talk about, we have it on many different posters around the building. It's on the way that we introduce many of our assemblies and commit to these conversations with students, is the school motto of respect, responsibility, and excellence. We have 2 goals that we are working on in many different ways. The first goal for our school is literacy, and the current focus for literacy this year is digital literacy, and the goal is to develop thinking and learning in every subject for the purpose of understanding ourselves and the world. We have a literacy committee And those teachers meet once or twice a month to discuss ways that they can support teachers and students in helping build capacity and skills in and around literacy. Literacy is not just taught in English class. It is embedded throughout all of the curricular areas of our school and of your students' learning program. The second goal is healthy schools. The goal of creating a place where students have many opportunities to foster their healthy, physical, mental, social, and intellectual development. With this goal, we have a staff team, a committee that meets once a month. We also have a student wellness council, as well as with our student government, we have representation on that, where students are committed to planning events and activities to help students build a better capacity of wellness, of health, and of working alongside the teachers and staff in the building in promoting this goal. I'm now going to let Mr. Adrian, the other vice principal, introduce what we offer at Burnaby Mountain.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis, and good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. So I'm just going to briefly talk about some of the things that we offer here at Burnaby Mountain. So one of the first things that I'm going to share with you is about our student council. Our student council here at Mountain is certainly one of the things that sets us apart from other schools, with just how involved our students are with everything that happens. Council is made up of a body of students that plan events, fundraisers, and maintain school spirit. From small fundraisers to major performances, Student Council provides ample opportunities to create lasting memories for everyone at Burnaby Mountain Secondary. Some examples of these events include Culture Fest, Santa's Workshop, and the Talent Show. In addition to members of Student Council and the executive, there are also a whole bunch of other excellent and exciting positions that Council has, ranging from a diversity ambassador to social media and many more. So it's a great way for everyone to get involved in the school. Mr. Rolfe oversees Student Council as the teacher rep, and his classroom is in room 213. So anyone who has questions can reach out to him either in person or by contacting him through email. Our learning support services team is excellent here at Burnaby Mountain. We're really proud of the programs that they have in place to support students that have specific learning needs. Some of these supports include any of the following. We have TLC, which we call our Learning Center, and it is a drop-in program, or it can be an enrolled class. And this is a space for students to get extra support and help with their academic or elective classes. We also have community cohorts for grade 8 students. These classes are supported by our learning support teachers and counselors. We have a pre-employment program as well as an access program. And to learn more, especially for our grade 7s going into grade 8, about transitioning to learning support services, we have a special event planned on Thursday, February the 10th at 6 p.m. Ms. Osinas, who is our Learning Support Services Department Head, will be running this session. And I provided the QR code here on the right-hand side. So feel free to take a photo of that with your phone, and it will direct you right to a form that you can fill out in order to attend that event. I've also included Ms. Osinas's email address. Should you have any questions or want to learn more about our Learning Support Services program, please contact her or check out the LSS blog at the link below. We have a very robust athletics program, a great way to stay in touch with what our athletics teams are up to and all the great success that they're having is by following them on Instagram and Twitter at BMSS Athletics. Our fall sports include cross country, grade 8 boys rugby, volleyball, swimming, field hockey, and boys soccer. Our winter sports, which we're into right now, include basketball, wrestling, and our ski and snowboard team. And the spring sports we have to look forward to include track and field, boys rugby and girls rugby, ultimate, badminton, tennis, grade 8 and 9 boys volleyball, girls soccer, golf, and netball. So certainly lots of opportunities for folks to get involved in a variety of sports. Mr. Richardson is our athletics director. He can be located in room 125, or you can reach out to him via email should you have any questions about our program. I'm now going to talk about our AP program. So AP stands for Advanced Placement. So we have a number of advanced placement courses that we offer here at Burnaby Mountain. And what these courses do is they give students the chance to participate in university and college level classes while still in high school. And depending on how well they do in those exams, which are at the end of the year in May, they can actually get credit for first year courses at university, allowing them to, not only achieve those credit, but potentially get ahead in some of their classes at university. Aside from that, these courses are incredibly rich, giving students challenging rigor in a high school environment where they still are supported in small classrooms with great teachers. So some of the courses that we offer include biology, chemistry, physics 1 and 2, statistics, calculus AB, computer science A, as well as principles, micro and macroeconomics, psychology, human geography, English literature, and Chinese language and culture. For more information about the AP program here at Burnaby Mountain, you can check our website out, and I've included that here on the page. We also have an upcoming AP presentation about next year, which is available right now on our website. So you can go there and check that out. Miss Riley, our AP teacher, has put that together. Excuse me. Also, it should be noted that European history, art history, music theory, and French or Japanese language and culture is potentially going to be offered in the 22-23 school year, depending on enrollment. So if these are courses that are interesting to your children or any students out there watching, definitely get in touch with Ms. Riley if you're interested in these courses in the future. I'd like to also talk about our industry training district programs. We have a variety of these programs. These are incredible programs that we have available to senior students, ranging from film and broadcast, electrician, hairstyling, tourism and event management, robotics. The lists are just endless and incredibly fascinating. So this slide, while it does indicate a number of information sessions that have already passed, I wanted to include this because it shows you all the different programs that we offer, as well as where to go to get more information. So you'll see at the bottom here, I'm just kind of scrolling my mouse around it. There's an email address and a website for you to go to visit to learn more about these programs and about our career education programs across the district. So I encourage you all to go there and check that out. So beyond the classroom, we also have a lot of support for students. Obviously, the subject teachers are always here for support. This year, we have flex time every single morning, which is an awesome opportunity for students to access any of their teachers before class begins to ask questions, get caught up on missed work, or just have a great place to connect with teachers about class before school starts. We also have the Learning Center, which I mentioned. Again, a great place for students to drop in for additional support with their academic classes. The Peak program, another drop in before and after school in room 206. We also have our Safe School specialists and counselors, and these individuals are super helpful and supportive to students whenever they need kind of that extra help. We have an incredible team here. And finally, our administrators. You've had a chance to meet myself and Miss Lewis tonight. And Miss Chris Madsen is also here to support. It's important to know that school is also more than just our classes. There's so much more that we offer here. We encourage students to join a club. We have so many clubs here. Some of my personal favorites include the chess club, the Born This Way club, and my personal favorite, the Lego Club. So many great things for students to get involved in. As I outlined before, we have so many sports teams. We also offer intramurals at lunch, which are for students who want something that's not as competitive, but just as fun. We have the PEAK program, again, for students for support before and after school. Student government, which is a connection and beyond student council, great way for students to get involved. And obviously, opportunities to make lots and lots of new friends. The Burnaby Mountain Student Experience. Just want to share a little bit about kind of what our mission is, our mission statement is for our students. First, to prepare and support an inclusive, caring community of learners for the challenges of a changing tomorrow. Our purpose is to develop lifelong learners who demonstrate respect for themselves, others, and the environment. Our focus is to educate students so they can participate actively as contributing citizens in a changing world. And finally, our commitment is to provide a safe, supportive learning environment where individual potential is nourished and learners are challenged to reach for excellence. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Lewis, who's going to talk to you about course selection and grade programs.
Thank you, Mr. Adrian. Okay, course selection and grade programs. The first thing is the application form. So if you don't live in the catchment area for Burnaby Mountain, but would like your child to attend Mountain, you need to fill out a cross-district or out-of-district application form that can be found here. So all of this information is on our school website under course registration. So it's also available on the Burnaby Schools website. So if we always try to link everything that is important to the Burnaby Schools on our school website. So it's really important that you go to our school website and you look for those links under the school registration. The form must be completed and submitted to the school office digitally during the month of February. So if you are a family that would like a student to attend Burnaby Mountain, but you do not live currently in our catchment area, I highly recommend you go onto the website, onto this link, and then fill out all the information. If your application is approved, you will be notified by the end of March or early April. Course selection process. Course selection presentations for current grade 9s to 11 students will take place between February 4th and 11th. So what we're doing right now currently is the counselors have created a schedule for all of these students, and we're going to be doing presentations based on last name alphabet. So they will be coming out of classes for about 30 to 45 minutes, and we'll be either going to the library, the multipurpose room, where the counselors will be going through all the appropriate information that is required for the new grade that they will be moving into. Once they have these presentations, the portal, so the MyEd BC portal for course selection will open up on Friday, February the 11th at 3:30 p.m. It is on this day that students will be able to access the course selection for the next year, and they will be able to begin selecting courses that they would like to take next year. This will be open until March the 11th. So they have a good month to talk to teachers, talk to their counselors, have conversations with friends and parents about what they're looking at taking to build their program. The course selection presentations for the grade 8 students will take place the following week, February 14th and 15th, possibly a few extra days beyond that, depending on space that we can accommodate. The goal for those students will be they will be going into an actual lab and doing their course selection on the computer. So most of our grades, all of our grade 7s, they don't do the course selection on the computer, whereas the grade 8s currently going into grade 9 need to learn how to access that program. So the counselors will be reviewing all the instructions and how to access their academic tracks and be able to complete that course selection system. All the grade 9s to 11s have already practiced this once or twice, some of them 3 times. So they will be given instructions on how to do it, but the counselors won't be physically doing it with them. And course selection forms for any current grade 7s that will be distributed during the month of February. Those course selections will be going to the elementary schools. So all of our family of schools will be receiving packages of course selection forms, and the teachers will be doing those course selections with their students, as well as there'll be communication with families. And then the counselors will also be doing a virtual presentation to all of our family of schools, and we'll be going over what the grade 8 program looks like for students. And that will be happening towards the end of February. Like I said, course selection portal will close on Friday, March 11th. It's really, really important that students understand these dates and that they do complete their course selection for March 11th, so that we have time to gather all this information and start making plans on scheduling for next year. Course verifications will be distributed following spring break, and that will be an opportunity for counselors and students to look through, especially students, to look through the course selection sheets that they've already completed and make any changes earlier than later. Okay, so the grade 8 program is very set. It consists of 8 courses. The course selection process will be starting soon. The course, like I said, the course selection forms will be distributed to the elementary schools within the next few weeks. Counselors will be meeting with those individual classes, and the forms will be brought home. So when they're brought home, students will be expected to complete and have a parent or guardian sign the courses that they've selected. On the form, students will indicate which fine art elective they will take. And they can also, for example, music, visual arts, drama, or dance. And then we hope that they will be able to, and then we hope to be able to welcome our grade 7s this spring for a school tour. So the grade 8s, they all take, I think this might be on the next slide. Let's see. Yes, so the grade 8s are going to take the following courses. Everyone takes English, social studies, math, science, physical and health education, French or Mandarin for students that attend Forest Grove and are part of the Mandarin program, and ADST, which includes a rotation of 3 classes: home economics, which is foods and textiles, business education with a focus of digital literacy, and then technology education that has a little bit of electronics, woodworking, and other pieces, but mostly I would say electronics, robotics, and woodworking. And then fine arts elective, which they can choose one of: visual arts, drama, band, choir, or dance. Now, students that require additional learning assistance, such as a learning center block, or who have a current IEP, which is an individual education plan, they will be identified through meetings with the elementary schools, and there will be support, added support presented to them through Ms. Osinas to have a healthier transition to high school. And sometimes that may require an altered schedule or a specialized course that we can support for those specialized situations. Students that are currently in grade 8 going into grade 9 next year, these are the students that will be brought into the lab with the counselors and be able to begin the process of doing the course selection on the computers. They haven't done it yet before, so they're going to learn this year how to do it. The courses that are required are English, social studies, math, science, and physical and health education. All grade 9 students take those courses. But this year, they will get a few more electives. So they will get the choice of a language, visual arts, a performing arts, so a dance class. They can take a leadership class. We have home economics. Home economics is split now into 2. So they can choose food studies or they can choose textiles, whereas the previous year in grade 8, they took both, a little sample of both textiles and foods. Well, in grade 9, they have to make a choice. Technology education, same thing. They can choose woodworking, they can choose electronics and robotics, they can choose drafting. So there's a few more options that they would take, whereas in grade 8, they just take a sample of all of these courses. And then finally, they can also choose a business education course. At the grade 10 level, you have a little bit less choices in grade 10 because you have a few more required courses, or at least one more required course. When you get into grade 10, you enter into the graduation program. So from kindergarten to grade 9, it is considered all skill building. And then grade 10, 11, and 12 is the beginning of your graduation program. So the courses that are required at the grade 10 level is English, but English is split up into 2 parts to equal 4 credits. Everybody that is in grade 10 next year will all take English 10 First Peoples, which will give students 2 credits. And then each student will get to choose either Composition 10, Creative Writing 10, New Media 10, or Spoken Language 10. And those classes combined with the English First Peoples equals 4 credits, which will give them their English 10 credit. They also will take social studies, mathematics, science, physical and health education, and the required course for graduation is Career Life Education 10, along with Physical and Health Education 10. Every student must have those 2 courses to graduate. And then they get the option of choosing 2 electives, languages, which we have French, Japanese, Mandarin, Spanish. We also have visual arts. We have 2D art, 3D art, photography, media arts. Performing arts, we have a wide range of dance classes as well as drama and business education. We have marketing, we have technology education with computer programming courses. There's a wide range of business and technology ed courses with a list of a variety, as well as home economics. Again, this is split into 2. You can choose the textiles path or the foods path, and then we offer leadership. Grade 11. Grade 11 students are given a little bit more choice moving into, but it's really important that students start to begin to look at university and college or trades programs and what the admission requirements are in planning out their grade 11 and grade 12 year. I look at grade 11 and 12 as a 2-year program. So I really emphasize, I have my own daughter is going into grade 11 next year, and that's something that we're doing, is looking more at the colleges, universities, things that she's interested in, and then building her grade 11 program together as kind of an assembly, so that it's not just looking at it singularly. So for grade 11, the required courses are English 11, they need a social studies 11 or 12 credited course. We have a large number of grade 12 social studies courses that students can take in grade 11. We have mathematics 11, where they can choose either pre-calc 11 or foundations, math foundations 11. We also have workplace math. It's really important to sit down and have a conversation with your children around what their interests are. Something I've learned from our math department is pre-calculus is a really valuable course to take if you are wanting to go into the Faculty of Science or business. But also if you're not interested in those 2 pathways, please be open to Math Foundations 11. Pre-calculus 11 requires usually to take calculus, whereas Foundations 11 is a little bit more broader and has different units on a variety of different topics that are relatable to math. And then many of our students that are going into trades programs, that's where the workplace math is really handy. Again, it's making the connection to the program of choice that you're interested in once you leave high school. There's also a science 11, we have physics 11, we have chemistry 11, and life science 11, which some of us will remember as biology 11. And then everyone takes CLC 11, which is a 2-credit course, and it's done outside the timetable. So it doesn't require a specific class that students will take on a daily basis, but it does require students to attend tutorials, sometimes during flex, or there are long blocks on Friday. And there's also a team that Miss Gingras and Miss Manning organize, and they communicate with students around assignments and what is expected for that course. And then the electives, they get to choose 4 electives, again, in the languages, visual arts, performing arts, business education, technology education, home ec, leadership, or any additional courses from the required list that are also electives. Again, the most important thing is to start looking at where you want to be after you graduate from high school and making sure that you have the courses in order to achieve that goal. And our grade 12 program, so these are students in their final year of high school. Students need a minimum of 80 credits, 20 courses in grades 10 to 12. So again, it's a 3-year program where students are working towards this goal. And then by the time they get to grade 12, the one course that is required at the grade 12 level is English 12. And again, there are many different courses that they can take. They have, it looks like, okay, so English 10, they've already taken, English 11, they're going to take English 12, they've already taken social studies 10, hopefully in grade 11, they've done their social studies, they will have completed science 10 and 11, they have mathematics 10 and 11, and then their physical and health education 10. So that's already completed, as well as career life education, and then one of their fine arts or applied skills. Career life connections, they'll take in grade 12. And then in grade 12, because they will be taking their English 12, they will have 7 elective courses. Now, please note that with those elective courses, 4 courses must be at the grade 12 level. So one of them being English Studies 12, and then they get 3 more electives. So those have to be at the grade 12 level. And then everything else, they can choose, they can choose based on their interest or what their plans are. Again, the province, the Ministry of Education has also included a requirement of the provincial numeracy assessment at only the grade 10 level, and then a literacy assessment at grade 10 and grade 12. Many of us are aware that these assessments were canceled in January. They were supposed to be running this week. However, the ministry did cancel them, and we're just waiting to hear more information the middle of February about the grade 12 assessments and when those will be. We currently have already assessments scheduled for April and June that were already in the calendar, but we also know that any grade 12 students that were planning on graduating this semester that should have written the assessment for grade 12 this week will not be affected for early graduation. So that is something to just pay attention to. But again, if we have grade 12 students that are graduating in June, please be prepared. The ministry may decide that you will be writing in April or June. And then again, we will carry on with our grade 10 assessments. Okay, work experience. So we have 2 options for students. Every student must do work experience a minimum of 30 hours in their grade 11 and 12 year. So they only need to do it once, and they can actually begin this in the summer of grade 10 going into grade 11. So if you have a child that's in grade 10 currently going into grade 11, and they are already planning to do some volunteer work this summer, that 30 hours counts for this minimum 30 hours of work experience. It's mandatory for graduation and part of the Career Life Connections 12 course. Often, when they're doing this volunteer time, you would get them to ask the employer to just provide them with a letter that they've completed the 30 hours. The other option is Work Experience 12A, and that is an 80-hour course. It gives students 4 credits, and it can be taken in grade 11 or grade 12. It includes the 30 hours of work experience, and it also, there are a few assignments that are required in order to complete this course. all students that take the work experience 12A will receive a spare in their timetable. So therefore they would be selecting to take this course as one of their 8 classes in grade 11 or grade 12, but they would also be given a spare because this course is done outside the timetable. So they won't actually be in a class during the school day. So for work experience, I just want to review all grade 10 and 12 students must check the work experience team, school bulletin, and or visit the Career Center. We have 3 teachers that are working on the CLC program and work experience, Miss Manning, as well as Miss Gingras, and then we have Miss Deach, who manages all the grade 12s, the CLC 12. Students should visit the Career Center. It's right across from the office regularly to find out about opportunities and programs available to them. They have a website that you can check that's located on our school website. And most importantly, if you have any questions about your grade 11-12 work experience program, your selection in taking just the 30 hours or doing the 12A, you can always email Miss Gingras or Miss Manning, and they will help and provide you with the support you need in order for you to stay on track. For Career Life Connections, we have, it's a year-long course for grades 11 and 12 that are designed to identify and develop each student's personal interests, passions, and goals. Students reflect on the learning experiences and competencies development in school and community and explore roles and possibilities in personal, education, work-life context. They will attend 3 assemblies. There is a team, CLC 12, as well as there's a CLC 11 team for any notices or assignments. It is important that they complete all the assigned work. And the one nice thing at the end, and it's an extremely enriching experience. I've been able to be a part of these presentations in the past, and it really is a capstone assignment that all grade 12 students will present to a teacher. We used to have a panel of outside employers that would come into our school and they would meet with students. And really it's an opportunity for students to share the 13 years of school that they've had, their experiences, their passions, their goals, what they're interested in, some of their favorite moments, even some of their most challenging moments and how they have overcome that. And the goal of that is really just to really showcase all the core competencies that students have built throughout their schooling experience in and around communication, critical thinking, social and emotional responsibility, and just understanding themselves better as they enter into, as they leave high school and enter into the world. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to Mr. Adrian to conclude our presentation tonight. Thank you.
Thanks again, Ms. Lewis. So I just want to wrap up our presentation today by just sharing a little information with you about how you can stay connected. So the best thing, and Ms. Lewis has referred to this many times tonight, is our school website. So our website is mountain.burnabyschools.ca. I've got an image up here that shows you, and you'll see along the top, there are all the different tabs, home, school info, programs, departments, library, students, parents, staff, and contact us. And this is really, super important to go here. All the information we've shared tonight, including this presentation, a copy of the slides, will all be located on our website. Anytime we have really important information to share, you'll see it on the very front page of the site. There's a link here for you to access information about the provincial assessments, to check out our school calendar, to see the student bulletin. There's just so much. So if you haven't spent much time really digging into our website, we really encourage you to do so. All of our departments have pages. With students, there's important tabs about the assessments and about coursework and all those things. So we really encourage you to check that out. The other main way to stay connected and keep in touch is through our social media. So on Instagram, you can find us at Burnaby Mountain. On Twitter, we're at Burnaby Mountain Sec, and we have our website. So again, these are the great places to keep updated with what's going on around the school, and we encourage you to follow us and to stay connected as much as you can, both parents and students. And finally, we recognize that in a normal year, we'd be having this presentation in person. We'd have you all together in the gym sharing this, and you'd have an opportunity to ask us questions. And we know that after listening to this presentation, there are some of you out there who do have questions still, and we just want to let you know that we're here to answer those questions. So if you do have anything that you're curious about, or anything that came up that you want a little more clarification on, please do not hesitate to contact any of the administrators here, myself, Miss Lewis, or Miss Chris Manson. All of our emails can be located on the school website, and we'd be happy to get back to you as soon as we can with answers to your questions. We also included a lot of contact names and email addresses in this presentation. So if you have questions specific to those, I encourage you to go back through the presentation, find those emails, and reach out to those different staff members. So on behalf of the entire staff here at Burnaby Mountain, Ms. Lewis and myself would like to thank you all for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you spending some time to learn about our school and what we offer, and we look forward to welcoming you all back next week if you're a current student with us, or in September if you're a grade 7 or a potential new student. So thank you so much, and have a great night.